Hi, I'm Larry London, and this is Border Crossings. On today's show, we will visit with a band formed by brothers Bear and Bo Reinhardt, known as Needtobreathe. They are on tour right now for their new CD, Forever on Your Side, which took only 10 days to create. The EP combines neo-soul, Americana, blues, and their roots-based rock sound. In 2015, Needtobreathe were nominated for a Grammy, and they have won several Dove Awards for Group of the Year in 2010, 2011, and 2012. Join us for a performance by South Carolina natives Needtobreathe, coming up on today's Border Crossings. Hi, I'm Larry London. Welcome to Border Crossings. In our studios today, they're on tour for a brand new EP called Forever on Your Side. We would like to welcome to Washington, D.C., Needtobreathe. Nice to have you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Needtobreathe, an interesting name. It's all one word, Needtobreathe. Where did you guys come up with that name?
We were in college, and we'd heard this story about Socrates teaching these students by the water. And of course, we're trying to come up with a clever name at that time, you know. And he, instead of teaching one of the kids asked, like, how I know if I'm doing the right thing in my life, you know, pursuing my dreams. And instead of answering, he dumps the kid's head under the water until he's kind of gasping for breath, you know. Finally lets him up. He's like, when you need that thing in your life as much as you need to breathe, that's when you know you're doing the right thing and what you're supposed to be doing.
Wow. So is it common in Possum Kingdom, South Carolina, that people are studying Greek mythology?
No, it's not actually.
Is that? I mean, whoa, yeah, Socrates.
They're like,
wow.
What? Yeah.
That's heavy stuff. Were there other name choices?
There were some really bad ones, yeah. I think assisted living was one.
Assisted living. Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Yeah, it's not very good. And then I had my first band I was ever in was called Total, but it was T-O-T-L with no A, Tired of the Lame.
It's very middle school sounding
brilliant
band.
Emo.
So this is a family band? You guys have been together for a long, long time?
We have, yeah. I mean, we're brothers, me and Bo, and then we've known this kid since he was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Wow. Can you introduce all the guys?
Yeah, this is Seth Bolt on the bass guitar, Randall Harris on the drums, or Cajon today, Josh Lovelace on the keys, Bo Reinhardt, and I'm Bear.
Bear. And you got that name after a football coach.
I did, Bear Bryant.
Bear Bryant. But you didn't go to that school. You went to Furman,
but
you were named after an Alabama coach.
I wasn't quite good enough at football to play at Alabama. But we grew up, you know, loving it. My parents were both from Alabama, and yeah, we just got it honest.
All right. Everybody into sports in the band, or just you?
No, we are actually. Huh? Yeah, we went to a baseball game last night. Try to go to, you know, not all musicians are into it, but a lot of athletes want to be musicians, so that's a good link to have.
Now, you guys are Grammy nominated. You've sold many, many records, millions of records, and you've won many different awards, a whole bunch of awards. One thing I kept reading about you guys is that you're labeled in the Christian rock category, for which you've gotten a number of awards, but you don't consider yourselves to be Christian rock band. So how does that work out?
I think it's really about the label. I think, you know, most bands don't want to be in one niche or one genre, you know, and I think that was our thing. Like, we didn't want to be a country band either. We didn't want to be, you know, I think about like Tom Petty saying he didn't want to be a new wave artist in the 80s, you know. And I think that's kind of our thing. We just feel like our music is bigger than just one genre, and we hope that people don't feel like they have to believe something that we believe to like our music.
And the new EP has some soul music. It has some blues music. It has a little of everything.
Yeah, we were going for, I mean, we loved like this Isaac Hayes, like early 60s soul kind of vibe. Felt like it fit the voice, and so we got kind of weird in the studio this time around.
And the album's called Forever on Your Side, Needtobreathe are here. Would you guys do some music for us?
We'd love to.
What is this called?
This one's called No Excuses.
No Excuses.
I've got this feeling in my bones. You found a solace in shadow. I don't want to find out what you're going around my back. Why you want to bring me these sorrows? 'Cause there's no excuses for what you're doing. There's no excuses for what you're gonna tighten this rope around my neck. Girl, you better know I'm gonna fight it. 'Cause there's no excuses for what you're doing. 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 There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. They smell the ruin of many a boy. Oh Lord, I know I'm one. My mama was a tailor. She sold my old blue jeans. My daddy was a gambling man. Oh, he lives down in New Orleans. There is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun. Spare the ruin of many a boy. Oh, and Lord, I know I'm one.
Love it. Love it. Need to Breathe live here on the Voice of America. Your voice, very powerful. It kind of reminds me, I'm listening to maybe Van Morrison, maybe Joe Cocker. You have real powerful presence.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I love the old soul guys. Joe Cocker was one of the, obviously Ray Charles, those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. And you grew up in your father's church? Your father was a preacher?
Yeah, we did. And it was cool. I mean, we run into a lot of people like that, I feel like, because you can't play in clubs when you're 14 years old, Mm-hmm. So we got our chops from playing in a church. And it was more like not as conservative as you would think,
Mm-hmm.
gospel kind of vibe.
I love the song you just did. And, of course, you're sampling, the Animals, House of the Rising Sun. Now, how does a band get away with doing that? I get asked that by the audience all the time. I hear bands, they have clips from other songs, or now with all the lawsuits going on. How do you?
Well, we normally don't put them out on records, but we actually have an acoustic live album that we do that version we just did, that's coming out in a couple of months, and I don't know. We let the label figure that out.
And you did the live album acoustic, and it was recorded, I guess, last year?
Yeah, it was. We did the first ever fully acoustic tour where we went out and played 2 hours of just sitting down and playing, and we had no idea how that would go. We ended up loving it. And so I think we'll do more of that. But we took the record from 12 or 13 of those theater shows.
Wow. And you've had so many things going on so quickly, not to mention that the album itself only took 10 days?
Yeah.
How many albums can people make in 10 days?
I don't know. Well, that's not, and certainly not the way we are normally. We're like a year a song kind of band.
Right.
But it was an experiment. We went somewhere new and we're like, let's play this stuff live and see what happens. And we got done and we thought we were just have 2 or 3 songs for a record down the road at some point, and we just liked them too much. We're like, let's just put them out because it feels more immediate. You know, it's probably the first time in our career where we've done that, where it hasn't been like a full on record kind of thing. It's like, maybe let's just put them out next month, you know, which has been awesome.
You know, there must have been a lot of pressure though, because the last album went to #1, and so
Yeah.
now you got a new album out. And, you know, that last one got you a Grammy nomination, and now 10 days we got to put this together. And
Yeah, I don't. You know, when we were in there for the 10 days, we had no, you know, goals for what it was going to be, which I think was kind of nice. You know, I think music sometimes can become like a means to an end. You know, and it's nice to have that sort of feeling like it isn't. And we just enjoyed ourselves, and we didn't know how we cut 7 songs actually in those 10 days. So probably be some more stuff come out on the next record.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Hopefully it'll take a little longer than 10 days.
Yeah,
give
we'll-
yourself a chance
we'll
to
yeah.
need to breathe. You
Right.
give yourself a chance to breathe.
Yeah.
But so you guys are on the road right now, and how's the tour been going?
It's been amazing. We're just starting it off. So first 4 or 5 days, and nobody has, you know, busted in flames or fallen off a stage or anything, which is the goal. I think the first few nights, you know.
Right.
But it's the biggest tour we've ever done, you know, tickets wise, but also just the production is crazy for us, and so 2 big video screens and all that.
And you got a new video out?
We do, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're telling me that's a lot of stuff we got going on.
See, I'm telling you,
yeah.
you know, and you got something with Johnny Swim. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys
totally.
are very busy.
Yeah, it was cool. We shot the video, you know, in rehearsals for the tour, that's the first time we ever done that. And Johnny Swim was great, and they flew down and, you know, hung out with us for a day and did it. So, and they're amazing. They're out on tour with us right now, and great band.
I guess you get so busy in the moment doing stuff, you never really think about how much you're doing, because this is a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, and I think for a band who's been around as long as us, I mean, I think people expect us to kind of be like, go do a record, do a tour, take a year off. You know, we lose our minds when we go home.
Right.
And I think we sort of developed that over the years on the road. We were doing 150 shows a year for like 7 or 8 years in a row. And so now where we play 60 or 70 shows, like, what are we going to do the rest of the time?
Right.
Let's make records. You know?
So I'm sure everything was a transition initially. You're all used to all this stuff now, but going from a small South Carolina town that you lived in growing up, and then all of a sudden you're playing in New York and Los Angeles and D.C., must have been a big transition, big shock.
Really hilarious stories about that, because we'd been around a little bit, but just like the first label that tried to like woo us in New York, you know, they took us to this restaurant, really nice Chinese restaurant, and all of us ordered shrimp fried rice because we didn't recognize anything else on the menu. You know?
Don't you have possum fried rice?
Yeah,
Come on, where's the possum fried rice?
So they spent a fortune on, you know, wasted a fortune on us.
Wow.
But like there was a lot of things like that, very uncomfortable, you know, in the big city thing. And you know, over the years, obviously we've gotten to love that. But yeah, it was just really a major disconnect with the label when we first went up there.
Need to Breathe are our guests. Would you do some more music for us?
We'd love to.
I love your sound.
Thanks.
What's this one called?
This one's called Brother. Sort of a love song he wrote to me.
Oh, I'll bet. Yeah.
Ramblers in the wilderness, we can't find what we need. We get a little restless from the search and get a little worn down in between. Like a bull chasing the matadors, a man left to his own schemes. But everybody needs someone beside him, shining like a lighthouse from the sea. Brother, let me be your shelter, never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way, bring it home. Face down in the desert now, there's a cage locked around my heart. I found a way to drop the keys when my failures were. Now my hands can't reach that far. I ain't made for a rivalry, and I can never take the world alone. I know that in my weakness I am strong, but it's your love that brings me home. Yeah. Brother, let me be your shelter, never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress when the night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way, bring it home. 'Cause when you call, need me near, saying where'd you go, brother, I'm right here. You're the blood of my blood. We can get through it all. Brother, let me be your shelter. Never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress. Night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way. Bring you home. Brother, let me be your shelter. Never leave you all alone. I can be the one you call when you're low. Brother, let me be your fortress. Night winds are driving on. Be the one to light the way. Bring it home. Be the one to light the way. Bring it home.
Yeah, Need to Breathe here on Border Crossings. This guy's the utility player. When you label positions, he hits the high notes, the falsetto. He was the bass on the last song. What a range. And tell me about that instrument. That's the smallest looking bass guitar I've ever seen in my life.
It really is. It's a ukulele bass guitar. So the strings are really rubbery.
I see that.
It's kind of shocking.
It's a jump rope. It's a bass guitar. It's amazing. Wow, what they can come up with these days. Now, when you guys are on tour, normally you're not doing acoustic. What we're hearing is something special.
Yeah, totally.
And normally it's electronic.
We're a loud rock band, yeah.
Very loud.
We do have some moments like this. We do a few songs in this set where we kind of sit down and do this vibe. But yeah, a lot of it's pretty high energy rock.
Tell me about the songwriting process. Are you the songwriter? Is it a collaboration? How's the process work for you guys?
Yeah, me and Bo write the songs, but it's very much a collaboration, very much a band in the old sense. I think we bring something to the band that's about half done, maybe. And so and really that's kind of like, are you guys feeling this or not? And if we are, then we just work it into the ground and try to finish it out.
Where's the most unique place you ever got inspiration for a song?
Oh man,
I like to ask bands that.
Yeah, you think of an individual place.
I mean,
a place, a person, maybe a fan did something.
We stayed in sort of like a castle in the UK. Anytime you can be somewhere foreign and just kind of take your mind out of it and be in another place, I think that's the jam. I think we do a lot of mountain house like writing sessions where the band gets together and just hash it out for like 7 days or so. Yeah, I mean any displacement is like the right vibe.
Yeah, I think for us it's like trying to get back to that garage days. What I mean? As the band gets bigger, you get on buses, you're not in the van as much as you used to be, and all that. So mountain house thing is a good way for us to kind of lock ourselves away and like do that thing again. That's
great. And so, I mean, you've been touring internationally for years. Do you have favorite places you like to go and perform?
We do. I mean, we love going overseas. I think Ireland and Scotland are probably two of our. I think because they, the soccer chant kind of, singing along thing is awesome to us, and they get that sort of what we do immediately, But we love it. We did Australia and loved that, and so. I mean, any chance we get, we're going to try to do that. It's a lot of fun.
And you said recently that with this particular album that's out now, the new one, your relationship with your fans is more important than ever.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're one of those bands people are always like, well, how did you know when you made it? It's like, we didn't. There was a little thing happen every time that like buy us another 6 months or a year or whatever. And I think we've learned to sort of lean on our fans in that way. And they've been really gracious with us as we've taken a lot of left and right turns, along. And that was kind of our goal from the beginning, is to be like this band that could put a record out one way and the next one comes out a completely different way and doesn't upset the fans. They're like, okay, we'll give you the leeway to do that, and at least listen to it twice, And so I think that's something that we really appreciate about our fans at this point. And we say this all the time, we're the biggest band that nobody's ever heard of, and there'll be thousands of people at the show tonight singing every song. And,
right.
And we're just incredibly proud of that and how real that is.
Well, I'm doing something you love doing and being able to pay the bills while you're doing it. That's very, very rewarding. And so, being nominated for a Grammy, I'm sure that would be a highlight in anybody's life. But what has been the highlight for you so far? With all these albums, you said 14 albums, I guess, all together, EPs and full studio.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. There's been one every few years. I think selling out Red Rocks is one of our big goals in the last several years, and this will be the 4th year in a row we've done that, which is insane to think about, because when we first decided to do it, they're like, well, if you sell half of it, it's a win, and it ended up selling out that time, which blew us away. So things like that. I think the first time we played the club in our town, played this club called the Handlebar in Greenville, South Carolina, where we grew up. And it was like maybe 450 people, something like that. And the first time we sold that out, we were like, this is it. We made it.
Right.
Wow. Cash it in, Mom. So I think there's been the Ryman in Nashville.
Fantastic.
Another one of those places that like we just grew up hearing about and seeing shows at. And so really, I think those are the moments for me.
I'm sure for everybody it's something different.
Yeah.
How about you?
We played the Hyde Park Festival a couple years ago, and it was a string of dates where we opened for Sting for, I don't know, 3 or 4 shows in France, and just beautiful places. And then we got to play in about an hour and a half after we played. Bruce played on the main stage, and Paul McCartney joined him.
Wow.
And we're watching the whole thing from the pit, and it was just kind of like, what a week.
We're on the same stage at the same time as these guys. They say anything to you? Did any of the
Yeah,
Sting was the nicest. I mean, it was great. Yeah, watch the whole sound check, and then like watch the set. And we came off, he waited and say hello and everything. I mean, that's an epic thing for a band from where we're from.
And one of the things that you've done that's certainly a highlight for any band, you've given a lot of money to charity. I know that you helped out the hurricane victims in Florida and Texas earlier in the year. Is that something you always do? You're involved? Is that a particular charity you're involved with?
Yeah, we work with an organization called One World Health. It was medical mission stuff. And it's basically sustainable healthcare in Uganda and Nicaragua. And the band really just gotta enlist the fans. That's our thing. Is like, we're not gonna beat you over the head with it, but we're gonna give you the opportunity if you're into it. And we've built 2 medical clinics that are fully sustainable at this point, which is crazy. Staffed by the people that live there in Nicaragua. And the fans have done it all. $1 of every ticket goes to One World Health, and we have a golf tournament that we do. We do like 3 or 4 charity shows a year. So the fans have raised over $2 million at this point, which is insane. And it's something that we feel like will live way beyond our music and us, and a legacy to be proud of.
Is there like an organization website or something people
want
to make
they
donations?
can go to needtobreathecares.org, and it'll tell them all about One World Health.
All right, thank you. Would you guys do another song?
We'd love to.
Sure.
Bright lights that won't leave me alone. I need a shadow or a hole in the wall. 'Cause baby, I don't know what kind of state I'm in. We got a ways to go. I've been around this whole town by now, and I can tell you how you're supposed to get out. 'Cause baby, I don't know what kind of state I'm in. We got a ways to go. Woke up this morning, it was already night. I saw a number on the phone that I don't recognize. I know I've been across this land like 10 times now. I've seen every little corner of your 2-bit town. I know, but I'm going. Bright lights that won't leave me alone. I need a shadow or a hole in the wall. 'Cause baby, I don't know what kind of state I'm in. We got a ways to go. Been around this whole town by now, and I can tell you how you're supposed to get In the morning, I'm leaving. In the morning, I'm leaving. In the morning, I'm leaving. And I don't know where I'm going. Bright lights that won't leave me alone. I need a shadow or a hole in the wall. 'Cause baby, I don't know what kind of state I'm in. We got a ways to go.
Need to breathe. They're standing all around the world right now. They're cheering and screaming. Now, it must be different after being in France with Sting and around the world to go back home to South Carolina. Did they name a street after you or give you the key to the city, or did you get
We've had some-
Need to
we've had
Breathe
some
Day
things
or
like
something?
that. Yeah, we got a couple things like that.
They'll give us some free
But-
chicken.
Free
Yeah, exactly.
chicken. There you
Yeah,
go.
right.
Free fried rice.
Yeah.
When you go back to the restaurant. Well, thank you guys for coming on the show. Is there a website people can go to find out where you're performing around
Yeah.
the world and get your music and whatnot?
Yeah.
Besides Amazon and
Yeah,
iTunes, where can they go for?
Needtobreathe.com.
Needtobreathe.com. Well,
Yeah.
thank you guys for doing this.
Of course, man. Thanks for
Really
having us.
appreciate you guys coming in. You
Appreciate
sound great. Really love
Thanks,
your
man.
music. Need to Breathe, Forever on Your Side is the name of the new album. I'm Larry London, and this is Border Crossings.